Howdy folks, welcome back to Bush Pilot. No, Deadstick, Bush Pilot Flight Simulator. There we go. Playtest, trying to get some videos recorded while it's available here this weekend. And we've got another message from Clint with another job, so we're going to go check that out. Seems pretty simple. What's the cargo? Who's the client? Going to Jones. Alright, send me the details. 1854 miles. Okay, that actually looks right. Accept. Alright, job accepted. Show job. Yeah, we did that. Okay. And close that. So, collect cargo from Morton. Where do you reckon that is? We're going to go look. I'm going to try something different too. I've got my yoke and pedals hooked up. And I think I've got them set up in the controls. The only weird thing is on the playtest, the controls are like laggy. They're like still set up for keyboard. So if I pull the yoke back, there's like a delay as it goes to that position. Well, that's a little weird, but we'll see what we can do with it. It is just a playtest. Is there cargo over there? This cargo. Briefing hut. Ah. So it's way over there. Okay, I'm gonna go get my plane. I'll taxi over there and we'll get the cargo loaded up. Well, folks, bad news. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. Every time I touch a control, it flickers the control setup over there. And I don't think I can do it. Also, the joystick support is just not good. The axes are kind of all over the place. They don't really calibrate. So I'm just going to do this with my gamepad, I think. It is nice taxiing, and I can set up differential braking with my pedals, so that was nice. But yeah, the flickering is going to do me in. So I'm going to go full left aileron. So full left. It's not too bad. The rudder is really slow, so full right rudder. And full right rudder. Full left rudder. It kind of like, sometimes it flicks. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to switch this back over to the gamepad. I'm going to continue taxiing over there. I just can't do the flickering. That's just going to be a little too much. So I'll be back. We'll get some cargo loaded and we'll continue with the gamepad. Alrighty, we're almost over here to the apron. They've got planes parked on the taxi stripe, so we're not going that direction. Looks like we got some fairly small cargo, so that's good. There's 4 cargo. I was hoping it wasn't 4 barrels, because that would mean multiple trips. I've got my door open, I just realized. Oh well. Alrighty, here we are. Switch back over to mouse and keyboard. And we'll shut her down. I think we have enough fuel. We're just going to Jones, right? Yeah, we're just going to Jones. We should be all right. All right, we've got boxes, 6 pounds, 6 pounds. They're all 6 pounds. Cool. I still have my seat out. It looks like it remembers that. Can I just shove them in through that hole there? Fragile. Okay. Oh, you can. You can put them right in through there. There we go. And it just kind of snaps to wherever it needs to go. So we can put them there. What about forward? Can we put them? Oh, we can put them forward. You just have to get it like lined up just right. That part could be a little more forgiving, I think. But once you kind of figure out where you need to look, it's not a big deal. Also, I alt-tab back into the game and the plane bounced all over the place and said it got damaged. I don't know for sure what got damaged, but we're gonna try to soldier on. That wasn't my fault. I just alt-tabbed. Well, I had my I was even paused and alt-tabbed. I was getting all my peripherals redone, hooked up to the gamepad. Alright, to deliver to Jones, let's do a quick brief. So we're going to fly basically south, short hop down to Jones, and drop this stuff off. that's pretty much it. We got a little bit of weather moving in, maybe, and it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Looks like we need to take off to the north. Got a pretty good northerly breeze there, it looks like. All right, enter the aircraft. Saying, fired up and get on out of here. And since I don't have Track IR or Adobe or anything, I do tend to taxi from this view. Is there... I wish we had airport diagrams. Can't tell. I don't think there's another place down there to take off. So we're going to have to back taxi, it looks like. If I remember correctly, it was kind of just a long runway. So that looks about right. Just gives a little more awareness since I can't really look around very good from the cockpit. Been known to run into things when I'm taxiing. Like concrete barriers that jump out of nowhere. So I'm recording this the same day that I released the first video. I don't know that I mentioned that in the second video, but thanks for the great feedback. People are loving it. A lot of people like me wanted to see this game succeed, and were very sad when it was kind of abandoned for a while. Glad to see it back in the saddle and getting some development done on it. Hopefully we can go towards a full release someday. That would be awesome. I know I'm ready to buy it. And for playtest, this hasn't been too bad. I've done a lot of, beta testing and playtests and stuff. Sure, there's problems and there's bugs, but the core functionality is there. We have game loops and they work, so that's the main thing. That is a pretty stiff breeze. All right, I think we have a lot of runway behind us, so we're gonna swing this guy around. We'll get on out of here. Holding the rudder steady is an art form in this thing. Off we go. Alright, I need to get my angle down a bit here. I'd like to be able to see that VSI. Alright, we're clear off to the right. Woo! Let the nose drop a little too much. Wait, am I turned around? I thought I took off to the north. Did I actually take off to the south? I should probably pay more attention. Yeah, I did. Alright, well, we'll just do a gentle climbing turn. Yeah. All pre-planned. Totally meant to do that. Up to our cruising altitude of about 3,000. Get an aggressive amount of down trim here. And we'll just fly south. I think it was 183, 184, something like that. A little bit of right rudder. So I need to get that down. There we go. Need to level off. Bring the RPMs down a little bit. We're climbing plenty. We just got to drop down into this bowl down here into Jones. If I remember correctly. So getting those little pauses every once in a while. Some kind of performance, something or other going on. Yeah, it's right on the other side of this ridge. So let's go ahead and turn. Set it for a left downwind. Normally you would look at the airport chart and see like what, you know, what direction the runway is. We'll just look out the window and kind of sort of get parallel with it. Keep slowing down, keep trimming up. I think they could have made the demo playtest text a little smaller. Kind of hides the ASI. Alright, we're in the white arc. I'm going to go ahead and drop a notch of flaps. We'll start our turn. And we'll just continue that turn right on in. We're high again, so I will get another notch of flaps in. Whee! Yeah, we're plenty high, so. Really float with the full flaps out. A little rough. Getting used to the plane still. Alright. Flaps knocked back up. We'll taxi on in. I flared a little too high. I was trying to set her down perfect on a 3-point. I think I stalled it a couple 3 feet off the ground. Just hope it doesn't crash when it does one of those glitches. Every minute or two, it's like the whole thing hiccups. Alright, we got a red medical center apron. Is that where we're going? Assuming so. It's got a little cargo box. A little bit of a crosswind. I've tried a few like slips and stuff. I haven't extensively tested the flight model. It's a little hard to do that on a gamepad. I'd say it's good enough. I haven't done any extensive testing. I'm also not a real-world pilot. Never flown a little Super Cub or anything like this. Only thing I've ever flown is a Cessna 172. Did a, what they call it, intro flight or whatever. I got to do everything but land. So taxied out, took off, flew around for a little while. Flew back to the airport. Then the instructor, of course, landed, because landing is the hard part. I think it's right here is where we're going. So that's the extent of my real life experience. I do have many thousands of hours in flight sims, if that counts for anything. Alright, back over to mouse and keyboard, and we will shut her down. That'll be job number 2 complete, hopefully. And we should get some fuel before we go too much further. I like how we can pull these boxes out through here. Are they still square when we pull them out that triangle door? Oops. There we go. Well, it says fragile. I just dropped it on the ground like a buffoon. Can we move this at all? Run, jump, crouch? Nope. There we go. I dropped it from a little lower height, if that counts for anything. All right, 3 out of 4. Perfect. Yay! Wow, we used a lot of fuel. Everything's accelerated because it's a game. 7 gallons of fuel to fly 4 miles. Late. Took us over. Really? Okay. Anyway, we made some money. Stuff happened. New message received. Probably got an attaboy from Clint. Got the report coming through now. Perfect, no complaints. I'll handle the rest of the paperwork from here. Well, thanks, Clint. Got another assignment for you. Our client lost an important shipment somewhere along the south coast of Waking. How do you lose a shipping container? It's a great question. You're going to fly down there and find it before anyone else does. Handle it discreetly. Okay. Oh, we just have to go take a picture of it. Okay, so we fly east about 7 miles. Almost over to the second little dipsy doodle there, cove. Alright. Job accepted. We need to get some fuel, though, before I take off. Also, it's getting kind of dark. Where is fuel here? Fuel? Ooh, do they not have fuel here? Is that a thing? Ruh-roh. They have a fuel truck setting there. That could be a problem. We don't have fuel here. Does it tell us on the map if they have fuel? Jones. Reliability, care, safety, strip. Oh, it does have the headings here. I see it. Got it. Oh, there's a little fuel icon there. Whoops. There's fuel at these two, but not here. Fun. Well, it's called Deadstick. Let's see if we can find this thing, and then we might have to deadstick into the trees. That's fine. It's a playtest. We can only do 3 jobs anyway. This is the last job we can do. Alrighty. It says I have a message. Well, don't text and fly. Took off runway. Uh-oh. Did I lose reputation for that? Whoopsie. Also, I didn't pay any landing fees there yet. Yeah, I see the mountain. It's okay. We're going to be fine. So that's the first little cove. So we need to go over here to the second little cove. It's kind of over that way. So we get lined up. I throttled back a little bit to conserve some fuel. We don't need to get very high, so we'll level out. I'm going to have to quickly switch to my mouse to try to get a picture of this thing. Try to get my keyboard up out of the way. I can set my gamepad down. Is that a flare they keep shooting off down there? Or what is that? You see that? Yeah, there's flares. Are they shooting off flares from down there? If they're not wanting people to come see it, and it's full of trade secrets, why are they shooting off flares? I have questions. One of which is, how's my fuel doing? Oh, we're good. I don't really want to be out over the water, but I think it'll be easier if I look out the... Actually, we've got a window on this side. It'll be easier to look out the other side of the window. Yeah, there goes another flare. So they don't want people to find it, and they're shooting flares. All right. Your story, sir, is inconsistent. All right, so if I hit G and go to camera, it's going to be down here somewhere. There it is. Fax the photo. It's not something I expected to hear. Alright, we got her. Let's get out of here. Back to ye old airport. Actually, it says fax the photo at any briefing hut. So we should fly back to that other airport that has fuel in case I do actually want to do some more flying. I don't know if it just ends after you do this job or if you just can't take any more jobs. You can still fly around with whatever money you have. I don't know how that works. So I think I will tool on over to Morton where they have fuel. Alright, so that's the mountain where that is. And then Morton is over this way somewhere. Let's go have a look-see. Yeah, there's that smoke. So it's back over in there. Come on. We got fuel. I think we can make it to Morton. Famous last words. I'll even try to put in a little right rudder so we can fly somewhat coordinated. I don't really need you to climb that much. We can probably just go over there about 2,500. Getting a little dark. We do run out of gas. There's not many places to land. It would get kind of dicey, I think. Yeah, there's that place. I think that we discovered, and I think Morton's right over here, isn't it? It's Morton over there. I think I was going too far to the north. I think Morton's over here by this cliff. Yeah, I think I see Morton over there. There it is. I see hangars and stuff. Oops, a little too much right rudder. I didn't pay my landing fees, so I don't know what the penalty for that is. That might be bad. So you can't pick up your phone while you're flying, can you? Oh, you can. Nice. It says I have a message, but I don't think I actually had a message. Alright, that's Morton. Which way was the wind going? I'm still confused about which way the wind was blowing over here at Morton. Yeah, it looks like it's blowing down the runway. I guess I took off a different direction than I thought I did. Yeah, okay. We need to land to the north. Kind of what I thought. Whee! Plenty of room. Definitely a non-standard approach. Right, we'll fly halfway down the runway because I don't want to taxi that far. Need to get to the briefing hut. Whoa, easy there. Easy, Tiger. Not the smoothest landing ever. The ground speed was super low because the wind is so strong. Look at that wind. We practically hovered it in. Need some power to actually taxi. Alright, we'll head over to that briefing hut. Get this thing faxed in. We need to do aileron into the wind. I don't know how much crosswind that is. It looks like a pretty stiff breeze, though. We'll do a little aileron into the wind just in case. Start slowing her down a little bit. Look at that. How do you like that parking job? Gotta screenshot that. Look, we still had a couple teaspoons of fuel to spare. I didn't even look. Does this thing have lights? Oh, we do. I didn't even pay any attention to turn this on. Whoops. Probably should have been doing that. All right, let's go fax this photo over, and that'll be that job complete. Fax machine. There it is. Fax mission photos. That's a fast fax. Oh, yeah. Job complete. Heck yeah. Nice. New message received. Wait, where was it you paid your... Oh, yeah, paid here. 2 landings. All right, we better pay him. You have any money left? Oh, it's raining. Uh-oh. That's cool. I mean, it's kind of sort of raining into the walls, but that's all right. I thought it looked like a storm was moving in. Clouds are doing strobe lights, but... Neat. We got some weather effects. All right. It says we have a message. Let's go check that. Nice work. We'll dispatch a cleanup crew to that location. And just to be clear, you saw nothing. Yeah, I didn't see those flares they were shooting into the air. We just received a shipment at Morton. The client wants it delivered immediately to 3 Corners. I can't fly in this weather. Oh, I didn't even realize there's choices there. I should pay more attention. That means you go where we tell you, when we tell you. Alright. So it's up to that strip that we photographed. It's a little north of here. We need some gas. I know that much. Oh, I didn't accept the job. There we go. Happy landings. Alright. Well, let's close the door. Where is the fuel? Maintenance. Fuel. Over there. Okay. Got it. Well, it's getting dark. It's raining. And we have to fly over there. That's going to be interesting. So I'll even turn on my nav lights. And my strobe. Maybe the rain will pass. So this is a scripted event. It's supposed to be raining. That's cool if like the wind picked up. And then the rainstorm came. That's pretty cool. Where is my gas? Oh, there it is. 5109. Or sorry, my pay. I do have plenty of money, so that's good. I can afford my gas. There we go. Okay, back to the cockpit. Safety third. Fill up in a thunderstorm. Seems reasonable. Alright, we'll do half each tank. I don't know for sure what we're getting ourselves into. This gives us some breathing room. There we go. Alright, let's head on over there and see what we got. Oops. Wow, look at that windsock. That seems safe. Black cargo from Morton. Where was the cargo we're supposed to pick up? Is it over there at the other... Yeah, it's over there at the other apron. Alright. I'll give her a few more beans so we can taxi a little faster. Kind of want to get this over with while we still have a little tiny bit of daylight. Might be hard to find in the dark. I don't know if I could sleep or if that would like cancel the mission. It says I need to sit immediately. Almost took off. That's a strong wind. Didn't want to try to do too much and have a ground loop right there. Yeah, let's get an aileron into the wind. I'll try that again. I was taxiing a little fast and it almost took off. I turn this way. I may want to put a down elevator so it doesn't try to pick the tail up. I don't have the muscle memory for the gamepad, so I'm kind of all thumbs here sometimes. Alright, let's hope the plane doesn't blow away. Goodness gracious. Alright, we just got a couple boxes, so we'll throw those in the back. £6, just like the other ones were. Perfect. It is wet out there. Alrighty, well, guess we'll see what we can do here. Don't think we're having any trouble taking off. Windsock is still just going nuts. Oh, no, no, no. Oh boy, another off-runway takeoff. Sorry. I did a boo-boo. Didn't check my trim before I took off either. That was another boo-boo. Alright, we need to go north of here, but there's a giant cliff in the way. It was just north of here, right? Are you kidding me? That's a scripted event. Wow. Alright. I see how it is. That's the end of the playtest, basically, I think. Oh man. That was awesome. Surgery, medication. I don't know that surgery would have done me much good after that, but okay, also I have no mouse pointer for some reason. Oh. Wow. Was that scripted? Like, I'm confused. I've got 2 messages on my phone. You screwed up, newbie, big time. Hey, you're the one that made me go through the thunderstorm. Alright, so basically we're on our own now. That's how the game would start out, it looks like. Alright, fair enough. B. Wayland. Alright, let's go see what B wants. Hey, this is B from B's Repairs. Hope you're feeling better. I'm okay. What happened? Biggest storm we've seen in a decade. That's what happened. Yeah, and they may be flying in it. Well, I didn't want to fly in those conditions. Anyway, I figured you need a plane, so I patched up an old beater we had out back. She's no spring chicken, but hopefully it'll get you back on your feet. Well, look at that. Thank you. B is all right. Find a new plane in the player hangar. Maintenance, briefing hut. Looks like we have a Skywolf over here. Oh, we can repaint? Cool. So I know somewhere I said it, somewhere I saw it said you can only do 3 jobs in the playtest. Maybe it's only 3 jobs after you get to this point. I'm not sure. There we go. So now we can customize it. It doesn't have any paint on it. Cool. So we have a customization bench. I know earlier we had a repair bench. Is that what this is? The modify? Respray. We can rename the aircraft. Nice. Oh, it's default Skywolf. That's fine. Respray. What can we do here? Ooh, look at that. So, bare metal. You basically go yellow or blue. $10,000? Say what now? I don't have $10,000. Oh, it's not going to charge me the first time? I think is what's happening. Check out. I like it. 5 hours later, we have a plane. Look at that. Paint's still wet. Rename aircraft using the... Oh, we have to rename it. All right, fine. We will name it the Guppy. Because why not? Okay. After the storm. New message received. Really need a screenshot mode in this game. The Guppy isn't the name I would have given with, but okay. It has a deep personal meaning. Does it matter? Of course it matters. I know, we're partners. She's the Guppy. Yeah, we'll be very happy together. Back. Hit the PC. It says we have one message. But I don't know that we actually have any messages. Yeah, he's cutting his losses. They have... Oh, now it went to 0. Okay. It just takes a while for it to be normal. Oh, I just closed it. So, folks all across Bleak Rock still need help after the storm. There was a lot of damage. Entire communities cut off. Happy to lend a hand. Awesome. I know just the guy. Mayor Taylor. He's always got work. Okay. I did see people talking about the mayor on the Discord. Bunch of old books and junk for his collection. Send me the details. So we're at... Oh, we ended up back up here at Boyce. We're heading back down to Morton. Okay. Can be prickly, especially with the outsiders. No problem. Alright. Close that. Let cargo from Boyce. Where is the cargo? Oh, there it is. I did not see it on my HUD for some reason. How much fuel is in this bad boy? Sorry, my keyboard fell off my gaming mat. And yeah, this is going to be a long video, isn't it? I thought we could only do the tutorial and then we were done. There's a million tiny gnomes dancing on my plane. Well, that's no good. Oh, look, it's the switches are in the same position as the other plane. Oh, it has some instruments missing. Interesting. Tell you what, I'm going to save and quit and see if I can get rid of that because that's no good.